Hello, I am Leon. I will be running Tobari to Dream Ocean. I will head in straight into the run, so if deck is ready, I will go in 3, 2, 1, go. Sorry. Yep. So yeah, Tobari 2 is basically a platformer akin to like a Mario and the Kirby mashup. The main goal is to generally head to the right and reach the end of the level with a slight gimmick of being able to steal our enemy's abilities, hence the Kirby comparison. In this first level, it's basically introduction simple. Avoid upward slopes, use downward slopes for extra speed, and just head as much right as you can. At the end of every level, I just mash A and B essentially to go through the chest cutscene as quickly as possible. And now we're going to jump into the water. Water is slightly bit slower than above ground because water, but we jump higher. There was a little cutscene about Tobari being surprised about being able to breathe in water because she received an item from an unknown helper so far. So this is our first spell that we grabbed, Fire. Its damage is pretty middling, but we can use it to burn down the vines to pass through the area. Fire is no longer useful, I just used to clear a few enemies, and we're going to grab a new spell, which is Airbound, which is essentially a double jump in the air, which refreshes whenever I hit the ground or jump off an enemy. So enemies are basically ground. That's 1-2. One fun thing about Tobari 2 is the speed preservation. As long as you keep holding the direction you're going, for the most part you keep any speed you randomly gain from anything. And over here, this nice bouncy jellyfish is going to provide us with some extra speed, and I can potentially carry the invincibility spell all the way to the boss fight. I quickly reset because I bumped my head into the first obstacle. It's faster to reset at the checkpoint after completely failing the first jump, rather than just slowly walking towards the boss. I made the first jump with the speed boost, so it's kind of okay. Right now I should be able to deal most of the damage to the boss using the invincibility spell. The boss is this giant jellyfish, and I just had just enough invincibility to kill the boss. Otherwise, you have to use spells that are so much slower to kill it, so it's a nice little exploit to do. And that was 1-3. Heading into 1-4, it's another fairly simple level. Introduces switches that we just kind of have to hit, which activate some blocks we can stand on. We grab another little spell, which is Rolling Spike Ball. It deals a lot of damage, but it's not going to be used a lot. There is a mini-boss after this. Essentially, this whole level is activate switch, go. Technically, the normal path is to go to the left, but there's a secret path that is a bit slower, that grants us this like little collectible star that I don't need, but I collected anyways, and shortcuts us to the boss. The boss fight is just mash the spiky ball and we're good. And that's basically 1-3. Sometimes I will drop a spell, sometimes I won't. The ending chest is red when you have 1 or 0 spells, and it's blue and gives better rewards when you actually have 2 spells, but I really don't care about those rewards. I did not want to kill that guy, so I will quickly reset. This is a double jump guy, and it is very, very useful in this level. Whoop, I did not want to use my double jump. Carefully get a refresh. So, double jump will be used for quite a skip a bit later on. Here's a shop. Shops generally, I need to use the shop instead of exiting. Okay, brain, do the correct thing. Okay. I also got the wind spell, which boosts our jump height. You can probably surmise I have a high jump and a double jump. I'm going to jump over something. Unfortunately, since I used both my spell slots, Tobari has 2 of them, I can swap them by pressing X essentially on my controller. I will use them both for movement, so I had no fight spells, so I just kind of had to stomp on enemies Mario style. The reason why I got wind and double jump is to jump over that barrier, and I grab the magical axe ability for the boss fight. double jump is still necessary for that little extra gap that I had to make, and this is our first real boss fight. Well, real boss fight is kind of an exaggeration because Magical Axe is kind of broken. We just kind of stand there and whack poor Marin out of existence. A good boss fight. That was Road 1 done. And now on to Road 2. I need to press the correct button to enter the level. This introduces the ball spell. It is very bouncy but also very fast. I jumped when I didn't need to. Essentially, ball grants us extra movement, and going down slopes makes a zoom. But if we bounce into a wall, we will bounce backwards pretty far. So it's just a nice movement spell that can be a bit awkward to use. And it also breaks stone blocks, as you can see here. Little jump from the slope, and we are done with another level. The levels are usually fairly short unless they're an auto-scroller, which there are a few of. Not yet, but there will be some. I do believe this will be an auto-scroll later on. I play games generally just by seeing what's in front of my face. I don't remember the levels. Yep, this is a checkpoint, and we're heading into an auto-scroller. One neat part about some of the songs in this game, this is not an example for that, that the game has different like versions of the song for above water and underwater. I will call it out when it happens. Actually, it's not the song, I mixed them up. Now I'm currently just going to ride an auto-scroller for like 30 seconds. There's the Vin guy, nothing much else to do. Xoneris, maybe you have like something to say for like 30 seconds or something.
Oh, there we go. Click button. 30 seconds fast. Let's say AOC. We want to give a huge shout out to AOC for generously providing prizes for our giveaways and supplying their top-notch gaming monitors for our events. You know, some of our runner right now is looking at one of these AOC gaming monitors. 165 refresh rate, 1 second response time, low input lag. Good stuff. And one of our main prizes for our people to donate is a gaming bundle for 40 euros. So please keep the donations coming. At the end of the day, this is a charity marathon. All for a good cause. I think that was more than 30 seconds, but back to you.
It's fine, no, it was just easy navigation. I bought a magical axe from the shop. As you can imagine, that's going to be used to demolish a boss. That's all we use axes for, demolishing. They are very powerful. That was the mid-boss. We just stood in front of his face, charged the axe, and ended his existence. Now we're just going to navigate up using dolphins as platforms. If I timed the jump correctly, I could have made it right in between those platforms, but my previous blunders in jumping made that impossible, but that's fine. That cost like 3 seconds. And that's another level. So yeah, the key spells are mainly movement spells, axe, and thunder sometimes as an alternative to axe, because sometimes you just don't have an access to the axe spell in levels. That was a bit of a tongue twister, access to axe. Dolphins are static. Essentially, they start moving when I approach them. They're not on a global timer, so I have to wait here for a few seconds regardless. Miss my jump completely, quickly restart. Whenever I just see that I messed up something and I'm going to die, I will always just go to the menu and quickly restart. I just did a bit of a too high of a jump and bonked my head into the wall. If I was a bit faster in jumps, I could have jumped from this dolphin to the door in one cycle, but I made a bit of too high of a jump, so that did not work out. Now it's the part that I like to call Iron Dolphin, where I'm just waiting for my... Where is the oh, we're way down there. Okay, that's fine. About how fast we just arrive. Sometimes there will be another dolphin close to like the exit of quote-unquote auto-scroller. This one was not in a nice position, but I can use this platform to jump towards the end of the level faster. So I believe that's 2-4, if I counted correctly, and it's going. I need to go to the correct. And this is going to be 2-5, another auto-scroller. After the auto-scroller, there's going to be a mini-boss and the boss. Coins generally don't matter in this category. In longer categories, there are some upgrades to spells that you can buy for 2,000 coins, but gathering 2,000 coins is pretty inconsistent in any percent, so I generally don't bother. But in true ending, it is generally worthwhile to try to boost your water spells and such. In secret shops, lives don't matter because I generally don't plan on dying that much. Not every enemy grants a spell, like the swordfishes are just kind of there. They have a lot of HP, grant money, but not much else. Here's a hidden invincibility spell that we're not gonna use. That's a cat jellyfish that sparks. Sir, please can you move on? Thank you. Gonna grab a lightning or a thunder spell, I guess, for the boss fight at the end. Going to taunt this mermaid for a little bit. She cannot hit me. She tries very hard. Some enemies shooting out bullets. The early game autoscrollers are early game autoscrollers at the end of the day. They're not really meant to kill you. There's a secret hidden star up here that I can grab. That doesn't really do much for me because this category does not use the stars, but that's the end of the autoscroller. Do not fall into an endless bottomless pit. One neat thing about the thunder spell, when I shoot it, there's like sparks going on at the top of the water. Those sparks deal extra damage because electricity and water sparks. Can I use the ladder, please? Thank you. So not only can that sparky effect from the lightning deal damage to my enemies, I can also run into it and get damaged, which is not fun. But generally it is not an issue. I was a bit slow, so I missed the platform cycle. And I'm heading straight into the boss. This is Aqua. She's like the cocky type boss, but she gains respect once we beat her up. And we beat her up by stealing her own spell. She's gonna use a broom spell here. We're going to steal it. It is generally a movement spell, but when she's at the edge of a screen, it can hit her twice and deal a fair amount of damage. Now I'm just kind of stalling time for her to use the broom spell again. Come on, you can do it. Now? Okay, here we go. When she's at the edge, I can double hit her, and she's done just as bad. Keeping her at the edge of the screen is very nice, and luckily she cooperates most of the time. And this is World 3. We are like heading off from the beach deeper into like the Water Kingdom. Can I get the ball spell? Once again, ball spells fast and break stone. And that's the entirety of this level. If I could do the movement correctly, that's fine. The ball's negatives is it's pretty uncontrollable. If you start bouncing, there's no ceiling in there, so we can just kind of jump over, ignore the star, and that's just going straight to the end of the level. I'm swapping off the ball spell and back in, because that lets me break the stone blocks faster without bouncing, because if I kept the ball spell, I experience it likes to bounce me a bit more. So we're going to like an underwater volcano, and of course there's fire, and we use the free spell to neutralize the magma blocks. Can I swap back to? Thank you. But I still need to break through the blocks, and that's why we're using the magical bomb. I'm pretty sure that's the only time we're going to see the magical bomb. It's slow, doesn't deal a lot of damage, and we just drop it, so it's... I did not mean to take damage, but that's absolutely okay. There's an HP there. I'll just be a tiny bit more careful. We won't need the ice spell. So we need a fire spell in the volcano. Just waiting for this guy to break open the wall for me. Dealing his spell, dropping the spell. We don't need that anymore. We need the fire spell to break these lines for like a secret path. One would want to neutralize the magma blocks, but I don't really care. I have enough HP to damage tank through it, and that's the end of the level. Next up is Free. which is Dig. We'll be using the ball spell. The beach ball spell, there's a very big distinction from this bear. The only reason the beach ball spell can actually break stone is because this spell it was essentially stone in the first game and has gotten reflavored to the beach theme of being a beach ball. If you were wondering why in the world would a beach ball be able to break stone, now you know. Oh, I have perished. That is completely fine. Slightly slower, but you can just hit these switches, grab a ball spell to break stone barrier, and we're going through. And now, since I usually would have a stone spell to kill this boss, or the beach ball spell, just have to make do with the fire spell. Makes the boss fight a little bit slower, but that's absolutely a-okay. Now I'm just going to use the ball because it gives me higher movement, faster movement, but also a slightly higher jump. So with the ball spell, I can bounce off an enemy and jump over like a ceiling wall to reach the ending faster without interacting with any of the level that was remaining. Here I'm just damage tanking because it's faster than waiting for the platform, waiting for this nice fire mage to burn down the lines and pressing a certain amount of balls to break the correct amount of stones. I do not know how many stones there are, just press the buttons by feeling at that point, and it kind of works out. Grabbing the wind spell because we're going to be jumping high. And these stone walls. If I hold down and drop spell button, it just makes the spell disappear completely, so I don't pick it up by accident. Neat thing about this game, if you have two of the same spell, it enhances the spell's effect, hence why I had two wind spells, making me be able to jump a little bit higher, which was necessary to reach some of the platforms without waiting for more enemies to bounce on it, etc, etc, or breaking like stone walls. There are multiple ways to go through that section, but it is the fastest to just gather two wind spells. Some of the water have currents, so generally, okay, made that one block gap. Usually would like to make a two block gap. Usually, so yeah, water currents. We want positive water currents that go in the direction we want, and we avoid the water currents that go against us. Pretty simple. They appear from time to time, but not a lot. We head into like short auto-scroller, but it really is sub 30 seconds, I believe. I don't remember the timings, but yeah. Just have to break a few blocks right here. I can speak, I promise. Enter the door. I'm mashing up so I can enter whenever possible. Fastest moment. Just gonna quickly grab the ball spell for like faster movement. It's faster when running, so grabbing a sorrow while I'm at it because it's fine. And now we're going to head into 3-6, another boss stage, the decisive battle. There's plenty of fire here. I did not mean to damage tank, but that's okay. There's an HP right below. Usually the game expects me to use the water mage to neutralize the fire, but that's slow. We just damage tank. There's like this whole maze of stone where you're meant to like break stuff and continue normally, but we just go above. We don't really care. In this section, we're just gonna grab a second copy of the beach ball spell. I keep calling it stone, but it's essentially the same thing. We will be using that to fight the boss. Boss in this world is both Marin from World 1 and Aqua from World 2. Here in the shop, I'm just going to buy some extra health, because the game is nice like that. And the fight is... can I... Yeah, my brain stopped for a second. The main thing to do in this tag team boss fight is continuously swap spells and kill Aqua as soon as possible, because Aqua is annoying in this. The reason I'm constantly swapping, each spell has individual cooldowns, so while one spell is on cooldown, I can use the other spell. This is a bit of an annoying setup. Let me go into this hole. I'm at 1 HP. Every boss drops an HP per stage. Here we go, I'm at the decent HP. There's 3 stages as indicated by the notches by the boss health bar. It is a bit difficult to speak while continuously trying to mash as fast as I can. I'm not the greatest masher, but we're almost done with the fight. Here we go. It's essentially stand in place, hope the bosses cooperate, and mash the buttons. So, we're going into World 4. Oh no, there's a door. We're going into World 4 for real. So, the door is like the gate to the Dream Ocean Kingdom. I forget the names. I apologize for the dev who's, I'm pretty sure, watching. Shoutouts to the dev. He's very supportive of the speedrunning. Made a tweet and all. I love it. So yeah, now we've been transported to the dream world where gravity does not make sense and levels are essentially a puzzle. I grabbed the arrow spell, which shoots an arrow, surprise, surprise, which is just used there to activate that switch off screen, and the ball is for faster movement. Just dropping it here to avoid the bouncing but keep the speed, since you retain most of your speed when you continue holding in that direction. So the normal exit in this world are red hearts, and the secret exits are the blue hearts. If you were to only use the normal exits, it would loop you from 4-1 to 4-2, 4-3, 4-4, and 4-5 into this level where the clown music starts, and if you take the normal exit in this level, you go back to 4-1. Which is why the clown music exists. Because on the first playthrough, you're almost guaranteed to just loop unless you're like very inquisitive and search for secret exits everywhere. This is a bit of an odd scroller. There is a skip for it, but I am far too inconsistent for it, so I'm just choosing it to ride the odd scroller. The skip kinda uses, like this enemy, you can like guide his ice spell towards the water to use it as a platform, and then you grab your own spell, make more platforms, etc. But yeah, I'm very much inconsistent. If I used that door to the left over there, I would have looped back to 4-1, but the actual exit that we're meant to take is just below here. Quick note about the red spikes. Red spikes are insta-kill, white spikes deal 1 damage, so I am avoiding them at all costs. I cannot damage tank through them or I would be dead. So, another purple heart, I guess? I was thinking about the color. And the auto-scroller is done. The clown music continues in the menu because the game kinda expects you to go to 4-1. I bounced to my death. So, bouncy things are very nice because they provide speed. Like these live rings. We just kinda skip everything. There's the swim spell. Mash button to swim up. Another thing, yeah, here we go, we bounce. Another thing with the swim spell, it makes you fall slower in water because, well, swim. So for falling sections here, I swap off the wind spell and continue. I use the life ring to save myself. And I need to hit, whoa, I needed to hit all those 3 switches to make the secret exit available. Otherwise, I would have to take the normal exit, which would bring me back instead of forward, essentially, at this point. Now we're like, for some peaceful music, because we made it out of a loop, not necessarily a time loop. I don't need the ice spell, I just like killing this guy because he's always in the way. I do need the beach ball spell. These ladders are a bit weird, you can kind of like stand to the side of them and that gives me enough height to make the jump towards these platforms, and I'm just waiting them to fall down enough so I can make the next jump. Me being in the blocks doesn't really matter. Being safe. That's not exactly the intentional path, but it works. Skip a normal exit, because that just brings us back. Or to a different level, I don't remember currently which endings give which level, besides the ones I need. So, this level is all about the gimmick of the warp spell. We can set a location where we want to be, and once we use it, we come back. So this is basically a lot of puzzle interaction. Like, there's a puzzle up there, but we're just gonna skip it by using the gravity somewhat unintentionally. And heading into the bigger puzzle part, I just need to activate the warp spell, and as soon as I'm falling, not like that, do not waste time, I try to activate it early, since you can start casting it in the air while you're falling, and activate the switch just before you hit the ground. I'm killing this enemy, so he's not in the way. Few more switches and we're gonna be out. Can I hit the switch, please and thank you. Now we're just going to head into another secret exit. Well, it's not that secret this time around. The normal exit is at the bottom. I just have to avoid these gravity changing arrows. And that's another secret exit. We're going to 410, which is a bit of a funny level. All of these are normal exits. If you hit them, the level ends and you get like a secret shot, but we don't care about that. We need to avoid all the exits until like the final one. So it's like a funny gimmick. You need the secret exit from this level to exit this world and proceed to the rest of the game. So it's like a nice puzzle. There's going to be a boss fight. I do not need 2 swords, but okay. I'm mashing buttons too much from time to time. So in the dream world, you fight a sheep. Fits. I got the sword spell. The sword spell like works in combos. The first 2 hits deal less damage. The third, which is the uppercut, deals more damage. I bought HP so I could just face tank this and not worry about much. So yeah, the most important part is to hit the upward slash. There's going to be a conversation once I hit the heart over here, but I instantly skip it at the start. And we're out of the dream world, heading into World 5, where we initially had this door, where it pretended to be World 4 before that. There's these platforms that you can kind of use to boost them yourself, since if you boost on a platform and it still moves, you can steal its momentum to like multiply Tobari speed. It's going to be used a bit later on. I'm just going to take this broom spell, use it for its most intended effect of actually using it for movement. Just going to use this platform carefully and safely to enter an auto-scroller. There's not much going on into this auto-scroller. I have like another 30-40 seconds, maybe have something Xoneris.
Yeah, no problem. Last time I already kind of mentioned it, but this time we can go into a bit more detail about some of our cool prizes that you can win by donating to BSG, which you're watching right now. Which all of your donations go directly towards Mind. And for example, with cumulative donations of 50 euros, you're in to win one of our grand prizes, which is a Lewitt Ray microphone, which is graciously sponsored by one of our sponsors. You can win a AOC PC Gaming Essentials bundle, which has like mouse, keyboard, headphones, and some other cool things, which you can get for 40 euros. We have Flame Rouge, the board game, which I think you saw earlier yesterday. So if you want that, you're gonna need to donate 30 euros minimum. And there's a bunch of more cool stuff. We have a few Steam keys, for example, Call of the Lamb or The Messenger for 10 each. We have a Xbox game bundle, which is 20 euros. And yeah, I could go on so much longer listing every single prize that we have, but why would I do that when you can look them up by yourself? Just open the donation page and you can have a gander for yourself. And with that, back to you.
Yep. So in the first screen, I just used the jellyfish to boost my speed, as I did like all the way back in 1.3. I just died previously because I tried to use a cheeky speed boost from the platform and ended up hitting an enemy. That's okay, the checkpoints are pretty quick unless you're in an auto-scroller. And this is the end of the level. One neat mechanic in World 5. Water is cold, so if you stay too long in it, you get hurt. Generally it does not matter, but it is kinda cute. This is like a maze level where you need to like grab the correct spells for navigating multiple paths, but obviously I know the path I want to take. Whoops, I did not mean to get that damage. Yeah, like down there's a star to the left, but you need like a fire spell and whatchamacallit, and the stone spell that I currently have. Stone spell, I keep calling it stone spell, it's a ball spell. These snowmen are annoying, so I tried to kill them. Can I get you, sir? Thank you. Yeah, ball spell. Whenever I get the ball spell, it is generally for movement. I'm just gonna damage tank that, hopefully not take another hit. And that's the end of the level. I had 2 spells, so the chest is going to be red, technically blue. I mix colors up, I know colors. Technically better rewards don't matter for the speedrun. Another auto-scroller. World 5 has quite a few of those. This has a ring spell for like longer categories. It is a powerful spell if you have 2 of those. It's not a powerful spell, we won't be using it. There was a star up there that you can grab by bouncing on enemies. Avoid this life ring because it will bounce us into the spikes. Yeah, this platform just goes up and down. We're just going to avoid this enemy. This enemy does not grant any spells. The mermaid's wood, I don't really care. We're going out of the auto-scroller into another auto-scroller. There's a neat little Easter egg for Easter egg. I mean, it is intended. There's literally just a star here to the side. I can navigate over here. Use the life ring as a platform. Can say hello to the snowman. Hi. He wants to kill us. Not very nice. Avoid the damage. And yeah, this is one of those instances where music is a bit different underwater than it is above water. You can see like it's a bit... the tune is different. I forgot words to describe music. Anyways, 5-6. Auto-scroller. Like I said, World 5 has a lot of auto-scrollers. In this auto-scroller, we introduced the slow and speed spells. They're mostly used for grabbing the stars in this level. There's one above here that I might as well grab because not much else to do here. At the end of this auto-scroll, I'm going to buy 2 spells for a boss fight to one-shot the boss. Just going to slowly make it over. There's a checkpoint, health over here, past this enemy. Jumping deals like 20 damage. Axe deals like 200 damage or something like that. Here's the shop. I also need the stop spell. Stop spell stops time. Do not want to use that in auto-scroll because the auto-scrolling would also stop. Which makes sense in a way. It stops time after all, for everyone besides Tobari, so also for the auto-scroller. I'm just going to wait out this little jellyfish. The stop spell is here, used to completely invalidate this boss. We stop time and whack it with an axe, and that's the boss. The game usually expects us to head to the right, but there's a secret exit off to the side over here. Another neat little star. Secret exits in normal worlds are indicated by the silver goal. So the secret exit essentially just skips 2 levels. There would be one above and one to the left. Versus, I tried to do like a boost over there. There's a very specific boost where you would bounce on this block and reach these ice cubes. Not even ice cubes, you can even reach the red platform over there if you perform it really well, but it's very precise. Gonna perform another speed boost that's a lot less precise for just navigating this section way faster. Like I said, the platform moves, you have its momentum, you jump, you keep the platform's momentum, and then you get pushed by the platform again, multiplying your momentum, so that's really just speed go burr in that situation. Another little short auto-scroller, and we are in the boss fight level. There's going to be like 10 more seconds of a auto-scroll, so not too much, not to worry. Just going to wait for a screen to scroll a bit to jump on this platform. On the ground, and there's a door in any second. Here we go. I'm gonna visit the shops. I will buy the midpoint just in case. I never should die with 6 HP, but you never know. For this boss, I'm buying an axe. Surprise, surprise. But also I'm buying a sword. It deals decent damage, and since the boss is very not static, I cannot just blindly use my axe attack. As you may see, there's a bar under the boss health bar, so that's like a stagger. That staggers the boss and makes him get double damage from me. Whoops, I did not mean to cast axe again. The ground is icy, ice physics, but with the sword you can control it pretty nice. I see what attack boss does by the voice line the boss performs. And when the boss dashes in this third phase of the boss fight, it can get hit by the axe once at the back and once at the front if you time it correctly. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And over here, I'm just mashing my sword attack to end the fight. Now we're going into World 6, the final world of the game, but it's pretty long. We're like in the deep part of the Ocean Kingdom. I forgot the name. I apologize. Over here, looks like not scroll section, but we have enough HP to just damage tank through these two parts. I'm at 1 HP, so I'm just going to retry, quote unquote, after hitting the checkpoint. I tried to do a speed boost. Even the electric jellyfish cat things can be used to speed boost, so usually I would just zoom past that section. Unfortunately, I messed that up, but that's fine. I did another retry to reset my health just in case. Grab the boss bow, because stones and speed. I grab fire because vines, and I'm jumping up and firing at the vines above because that's slightly faster path. I took 2 damage, that was very not intentional. That's okay, surely. I don't need the fire spell anymore, I just need to be much more careful in this section. Usually I would back, like attack the mini spell to make it go towards the location I actually need to go, but I played it safe, avoided the spikes. And that's that. Mini spell just turns us small so we can fit through gaps. That's this level. And 6-2, I believe, in the Zenot scroller, we will see in a second, like the entirety of it. It is true, this is entirely an auto-scroller. Perhaps, Xoneris, you have something to say?
I mean, there's plenty of things to say, I just need something fun to say. Let's see. What could be fun? Let's talk about, let's talk about his. Cult of the Lamb is a game that you will be seeing a little bit later on in the marathon. We have a cool speedrun of that. But we also have a few, like one of our prizes is the game you can win, which is graciously provided by one of our sponsors. So, you ever wanted to become a cult leader? In Cult of the Lamb, you play as a possessed lamb rescued by a mysterious stranger who must repay his debt. Explore mysterious areas and gather adorable followers. The top 10 donators on Wednesday will each receive a guaranteed Steam key. Plus, we'll be giving away more keys during the Cult of the Lamb speedrun, which I believe is on Wednesday. I had it earlier here somewhere on a sheet of paper. Yeah, we'll be on Wednesday. So if you want to have a Call of the Lamb key, tune in on our speedrun on Wednesday. I said a lot of Wednesday.
Wednesday is nice.
Wednesday, my dudes.
That is perfect timing, actually. The auto-scroll just ended.
Perfect.
Yeah, that level is entirely auto-scroller. Nothing I can really do to make it faster besides like entering that transition door a tiny bit faster. Over in the Tidal Courtyard, it's another one of those levels where you need to have the correct spell to progress, but obviously I know what I need, so that's easy. This here, a broom. I did not use the stone spell as I wanted, that's fine, that just lose me a second. The game expects you to drop the broom spell earlier, I think. Like, it doesn't require you to have a broom, so to say. So this slow section can be sped up a bit by just being able to dash through the water. Whenever I'm trying to fall, I swap off the wind spell, because without the wind spell we fall faster. And with the wind spell, we fall slower. There's this little checkpoint. I'm bringing this broom spell specifically for this section. It is really slow without it. These bouncy... Whoops, I did not mean to do that. HP is necessary. Ow. Surely you won't snipe me. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the broom spell just is very lovely to be able to dash through. I grabbed that HP as a safety because... Well, because I was at 1 HP. Swim spell. You swim up faster when you mash. I'm not very good at mashing, is all I'm going to say. Okay, I did not mean to touch that fish. I would like VHP. I would like VHP. Sir. Sir fish. Yeah, it is always faster to slow down and not die than to die. Words of wisdom. Truly. This is essentially just mashing upwards. I'm not very good at mashing, as I said, and we're at the end of the level. One more dash with the broom and we hit the goal. Coming up, I don't remember what level. We'll see what level it is. Right, so this level is very neat. You go back and forth, grab a spell, go back. I actually want to use the shop, thank you. And for that, we use the speed up spell. As the game says, speed is justice. We do agree with in the speedrunning community. Over here I just need to hit the switch. I don't need the fire spell anymore, so I just kind of drop it wherever. I need a stone breaking spell, so I grab the beach ball because that makes sense. Beach balls do break stones. I keep trying to refresh the speed up spell as much as I can. This cycle I needed the ice spell. I'm just damage tanking through that because it's faster than to wait. I'm waiting for the speed up spell to refresh. The ice spell creates an ice cube when underwater and attacks with like an ice wave above water. It's one of the spells that has a different effect whether it touches water or not. And I just hit like a blue time switch that I needed to jump over this section. I was waiting for the speed up spell and not using it because the speed up spell does not last through transitions. The thunder spell to hit that switch over there. And I'm just going to jump over here, grab the nice double jump spell to head to the end of the level. The speed up spell not only grants a speed but also makes our jumps higher. Can I please? Sir? Oh, I messed that up. That's fine. The jellyfish is immortal unless I hit it with my staff. And that's the end of that level. We're heading into the 6-6. This is a weird level. It's sort of auto-scroller, but it kind of has a skip. Not over here. I have to wait out these platforms that are disappearing and appearing. There's a faster way, but I tend to die, so I just play it safe, especially during a marathon. First skip, I will need wind spell. And for now, that's it, because I need the hover spell, which allows me, surprise, surprise, to hover above water and go real fast. This is another one of the soundtracks where the sound is different, whether you're above or below water, like this, or like this. It is neat. I'm buying a bunch of HP, just in case I get hit like a silly person. And this is a bit of an auto-scroller, but it's not gonna last too long, because I'm hopefully going to skip it reasonably quickly. Enemies, please. I'm just eliminating the enemies. Waiting to be able to grab the second wind spell, because that allows me to jump higher. Please. I mean, that kind of works. Not what I intended, but I buy more HP over here. Grab these floaty up enemies and try to float up through the auto-scroller. Hopefully I grabbed at least 4. I'm not sure I can make it to the left. Oh, this is going to be spooky. Will I actually make it? I'm not sure. Each of the... Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not making it. Oh, there's a guy. There's a guy down there. Oh, no. Oh, there was a guy down there. Oh, well, I must have a skip. You can bounce up and skip a part of the auto-scroller. That's it. I just lost 20 seconds. That's about it. Nothing too crazy. I just need not to die, but that's why I bought the HP. In case I messed this up. Almost there. I'm going to jump on these wind dogs, I believe were canonically called. Ow. Sir boss, I don't need to kill you, so I will leave you alive. I dropped one of the wind spells because it's just much more convenient to be able to grab new spells like that. Even though, if I had it, it would override, but little high jumps when I don't need them are just annoying. Technically, this is not... Well, it is an auto-scroller, but you can, like, go above it, but, like, you don't see anything, so I don't do that. But technically you can do very fast. I don't do that. I do part of it, like over here. If I jump with the wind spell, I will bounce on this red Undine, climb the ladder, jump up again. And I can have like a T-time. There's a T-time spell that heals 3 HP, but you cannot do anything while doing it. Since I cannot climb further off screen, I do not have the skill set for that. I just kind of wait for the auto-scroller. Otherwise, you could hit the switch off screen, get up those platforms, get up on this. 2 more. Yeah. Oh, nope, I jumped off too early. And get up all the way to this door. That's the level. Just a slow walk towards it. And that's that. Now we're going to go into the palace level. This is a very neat level. First of all, it's like we finally reached the mystical being that gave us, like, was communicating with us at the start of the game, but we're back into the dream world. Very fun. So for this level, we have to complete challenges. I did not mean to hit that checkpoint, that's fine. In 4 different rooms, so to speak. It's the dream world, so water makes no sense. That's why there's blocks of water just floating. Gonna use these nice little fishes to jump over the barrier to avoid the section. These waters are currented, so I try to stay in them. The left one over here is an upwards current. The right one is a downwards current. We need to hit these 4 hearts to deactivate, like, switches that are blocking our path. I do not need swim spell anymore. I do need the double jump spell. This is essentially a double jump room area with some gravity changes, because once again, this is like a dream world type section. Just jumping over. And there's another skip over here. You can just kind of jump over here, be off screen, Mario style, just at the bottom. Jump on this little middle part, activate the heart, and press retry. The heart activations last through retries, so you can quit out of auto-scrollers, quit out of midway through the room. The fact that you hit the heart over there lasts throughout it. So, whoa, I did not mean to do that. I just jumped into the red spy. I just want to show off that we're insta-kill. Surely that's the only reason. This is the control spell. This is the only reason we're using it is because we're kind of forced to activate that switch. You will never see me use it again in this category. Well, this is the second to last level, so not particularly surprising. Both levels are pretty long, but yeah. We're grabbing our lovely ball spell, making sure to not go too far ahead of the auto-scroller, because on this auto-scroller, going too far ahead does end your existence rather quickly. So we kind of have to stay on screen. I made sure to not take the checkpoint in the auto-scroller because I want to abuse the fact that I can press retry and teleport out of this auto-scroller without it finishing once I hit the heart that is required for this room. Or here is another hover mage. I'm just gonna take a spell that's required for this part. I can grab the ladder from the bottom, funny. Can slide around, the hover mage responds. He casts like this windy spell that can't mess with me, so I just kind of stand to the side. Change gravity, hover. We're almost out of the auto-scroller, this one's not long at all. Once 2 coins past the spikes happen, and it's like 1, 2, 3, I can activate the heart and kill myself, so I don't even need to press the retry. So that's a neat little skip. This is the final room. I did not mean to damage tank through here. I kinda actually have to be Sure, let's go with that. I don't need HP. Who needs HP? Surely. I will just be careful around these jellyfish. There is a shop here. It's very nice to get me HP for this next section, so I don't even need to think about what I'm doing. I can just essentially damage tank through everything. The only thing I really need to avoid is the jellyfish that was under me because it would bounce me. That's fine. Over here, fastest way is just to walk through fire mages and you just kind of line up so you don't hit any of the egos. And now the exit is open. There are like 4 barriers blocking it, hence the 4 rooms. That's the stage. And we're going into the final level. Tobari just says, "Oh, we're finally here." Yes, we are. Over here, I'm just grabbing Thunder for first stage of a boss fight. Jellyfish, so I'm trying to use it for a bit of a speed boost. I hit a block, so it didn't last too long. You can just barely make it up there with the help of the enemy. And this is another auto-scroll that takes a minute 30, I would say, roughly. Maybe there's something to say during the minute 30, Xoneris?
There's always something to say. I just have to make a choice what to say. How about once again mentioning the fact that we here at BSG, we're raising money for Mind, which is the nationwide organization that is committed to prevent mental health issues. They strive to provide support to individuals and families that are facing mental health challenges. And like I just mentioned, all of your donations go directly towards them, which currently is 1,951 euros. Obviously, we would love that to go a lot higher during this event. And, you know, just to say a bit more, did you know, for example, that in every region of the world, mental disorders surpass 10% of the population? And the governments seem to lack the necessary momentum in reducing the burden of the mental health problems, as only 55% of those have mental health awareness and only 8% have suicide prevention plans, which is a bit scary in my opinion. And yeah, organizations like Mind help raise awareness for this particular issue, and hopefully we can get one step closer to a world where everyone gets the help they need and they deserve. So yeah, please consider donating to this great charity, and hopefully we can very soon surpass the 2,000 euros raised for Mind during this event. We're only 49 euros left on that. So yeah, please continue donating. With that, back to you.
Yep, thank you. I just entered the final boss fight. This is BSG. She's the one who was communicating at the start. She was kind of like a trapped princess, so she was asking for help. And now she kind of liked us, so she kind of trapped us in the dream world. And now we kind of have to fight. Oh, come on, you're running away from my axe, that's rude. Attacks in this phase are kind of scripted. I'm trying to use like the little spark effect to deal damage to her while she's doing this ball attack. Oh, I don't want you to have balls over here. Then she comes over here nicely for me to charge axe right into her. I didn't deal enough damage with the lightning, so I have to charge another axe, but that's absolutely fine. And now we're stealing her spell, like a special spell with like a staff that deals a lot of damage, allows us to swim, and shoots these bubbles that damage her. Back swings deal more damage than front swings. That's why I'm generally looking away from her when I'm swinging the staff at her. Come on. I went in the face before. Oh, actually. Okay, what's this attack? I'm not used to it. I usually kill you before that. Okay, let's proceed. I just want to grab some more HP for the upcoming stages. She now sometimes changes gravity. She will now do like a massive bullet hell attack. Well, massive bullet hell, that's an exaggeration. Just a bullet attack. Oh, I thought I could dodge that over there. I'm preserving HP just in case. Usually I would be way more aggressive, but I don't want to randomly die. These chains aim to where I am, and now she's going to like summon a bunch of sea animals, and once she's at half HP, like this, she's going to go to the middle, and it's just a bunch of mashing and constantly intensifying attack. At the start, she just shoots the blue bullets, then she adds the red bullets, bubbles, green rings, stars, changes gravity, something that I don't remember because I always kill her after that, even before the gravity. If I kill her when she changes gravity, that's already a slow fight. In a proper run, at some point I would try to just head right below her and swing my staff at her just to deal more damage, but in a marathon I'm just going safely at the side since I don't want to restart a fairly lengthy fight. Just a few more hits. The time is not gonna be here yet. Oh, she changes gravity. That's how you know that it is slow. The time will still continue since this is Japanese timing. I'm the only non-Japanese runner. Credits are included into the run, but technically I'm mostly done. Now I would like to give some shout-outs. I know the Japanese dev has tweeted out about this run. I believe they are having a watch party in the Discord. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Thank you for my mom for watching this run. Hi, Mom. And yeah, if you want to speedrun this game, and yeah, shoot a message towards me. If you know Japanese, I'm sure the Japanese people would definitely help you. They are pretty supportive of the speedrunning community, the devs, the runners. Shout out to Somo, the world record holder for all the categories of this game. I stole all his strategies. I barely did anything myself, so thank you for showing the run. Thank you for Seri, the leaderboard moderator. Very cool. Any other shoutouts? I don't think. Maybe there's something you want to say for like a minute and a half. Our timer's technically still going for the Japanese timings and ours.
I mean, shoutouts to friends, right?
Yeah.
Shoutouts to BSG being a cool event. I don't have anything prepared. We can just yap. We can just chill.
Yeah. Neat part. Every of these credits has a different spell locked into them. You can also kill the credits by swinging your staff enough at them. Yeah, the auto-scroll. The credits are 3 minutes 20 seconds according to my splits. We're almost done. The magic circle affect the testing. There's 3 or 4 more lines of these. Derek, the tester, another runner. Shoutouts to him. Shoutouts to all these people, honestly. I really like this game. More testers. The sun is shining over here, so we're almost over here. The publishers that published the game. The platform should be around here. Translator. The game is originally Japanese. I'm the only non-Japanese runner currently. So thank you for that translation. Definitely made the game way more accessible. More testers, marketing, yeah. BSG has been amazing, honestly. Thank you for accepting this run. The venue is very nice, easily accessible. I'm not from the Benelux region. Anybody can join. I'm from Lithuania. I can point at the layout. My brain does not work. It's over there. Lithuania. Yep. Time is going to be in roughly 6-7 seconds. I'll count you down. It's going to be when the screen goes white, essentially. So it's going to be in... I lied about the 7 seconds. I'll count you down. It's in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. So that was Tobari 2. I basically did all my shoutouts during the credits, so I'm pretty sure I'm done.
Yeah, thank you so much. Maybe we here in Europe should also adapt this system specifically for speedrun marathons, so people can do their shoutouts while the timer is still going. I think our scheduling team would much appreciate that. But anyway, thank you so much for the run. I've been watching chat a bit, and yeah, the people have been enjoying it, as you said. So yeah, thank you so much for that. We will now be jumping into a quick intermission. And during that, we'll be setting up for the next run, which is going to be Herc's Adventures by Chifo. So yeah, stay with us and don't go anywhere.